Anstey's Big Dig is part of the Charnwood Roots project, which is a heritage project to research the history of 35 towns, villages and hamlets across Charnwood Forest. We wanted to dig in Anstey for two reasons really. Firstly, we wanted to give people who live in Anstey the opportunity to take part in a real archaeological project. We wanted to try and find out a little bit more about the archaeology of Anstey.
What's made you want to be involved in this project today?
Well, I enjoyed archaeology when I was young because I like digging. I used to like finding items and then learning about them. And then for one of my birthdays, I got from my grandparents a gift voucher for the young archaeologists. So I joined the club and it was really fun. We've hammered in nails in a square so we know where we're going to dig and lift the turf off. I'm not really sure what I'm going to find, but hopefully I'll find something interesting.
David, could you explain the importance of today's dig in respect of the trust work that you do?
It's an excellent opportunity for the Victoria County History Trust to be seen to be involved in a much wider aspect than we normally see. Working today, you see us working with children, with local people.
As the spoil comes out, obviously what happens is as you record a layer, so you have to go down through quite a bit of soil, but obviously as part of that you need to check what's in, if you like, there's an infinite number of layers, but we stop at certain points and then check by going back and just looking through the soil and sieving it to see if anything comes out, in those previous, if you like, layers. And obviously because soil is laid down at a relative rate, you could work out over the time period where that deposition came, depending on how many spits you go down.
Okay, once we got through the turf was the hardest bit, wasn't it? It's solid turf, but yeah, it's interesting.
We've had a good morning so far. We're just sifting through the first layer of earth we've removed. We found some small pieces of pottery amongst all the brick. So we're getting there. We're just levelling out the first layer in our test pit, and hopefully we'll find some more things this afternoon. It's nice to get involved in something different within the community.
This is the courtyard of my house, and these are the lovely people who have come to help us dig this hole here, and it's fascinating. Lots of interesting things come out already, and we're still going. We think we've got a number of pieces of medieval pottery. We found 3 big cow's teeth as well, because this used to be a dairy farm. That building there used to be the blacksmiths. The farm was built in 1767 for Mary Hurd, and so we're down to 30 centimetres, different types of clay and charcoal flecks, which is encouraging. And we're now going through the clay because the sifting doesn't find everything. The most important things we found, I think, is just by breaking up the earth and the clay by hand, and then even going back and looking at things twice.
just got 2 pieces of medieval pottery from pit 3, spit 1. So this is the top layer. So that's not bad. 2 pieces of medieval pottery. 1 local potter's milestone from southwest Leicestershire, dating circa 1100 to circa 1300 plus. We haven't really got a good end date for this ware. And the other piece, that's handmade, and this bit is wheel thrown, so-called purple ware, and that probably dates 1375, 1400, right through to about 1550. So it is evidence of medieval activity in the area. It's interesting because Test Pit 3 is quite outside the core of the medieval village as we know it today. So it might have been the result of manuring of the medieval fields. We really don't know yet. Who knows? Who knows? We may find a lot more. Let's hope so.
We're busy washing the dirt off some of the things that people have found in their test pits, and having to distinguish. If it's metal, we don't. Like this piece that my friend has got. We don't wash the metal.
And we don't wash bone.
We don't wash bone. But everything else, like these, probably a floor tile.
That's nice.
What have you got? You've got a buckle. But it's metal. So we have to be careful and remember what we're doing. And everything is labelled. They've all got the same labels that they were brought in with, so that afterwards the archaeologists can trace where things came from and develop a pattern, no doubt. We hope across the village.
My job today and for the weekend is to record visually all the archaeological material that we find. So anything that comes out of the ground needs to have a visual record made, and it's very much scientific illustration, that you're doing a drawing of every side view of the different object and putting as much detail in as possible. So it could be anything from leather work, which I've been drawing this morning, metal pins, possibly a blade there, little buttons. I've got some pottery on this sheet, so I'm sure there's going to be bags and bags full tomorrow when everything's been washed and comes back from site.
Since the big dig, obviously we've had to process all of the finds that we found during the weekend, and the early results coming back into the Charnwood Roots office suggest that we've got evidence of prehistoric activity right up to the modern period. So we've had little bits of Roman pottery, we've had quite a bit of medieval and post-medieval pottery, also lots of bone, bits of metalwork, stuff from the industrial period, Anstey's history, so it's really exciting. As we do a little bit more processing, we'll get some more results. There are going to be other community digs as part of the Charnwood Roots project this year and the following year. We're going to have all sorts of other activities taking place, so you can keep an eye on the website, which is www.charnwoodroots.org, for further information about how you can get involved in this exciting project.